Howdy, it's me, Manic Mark, coming to you from the bunker system located underneath the art villa found somewhere in the jungles of the Midwest. I just knocked over my beer. With these clown shoes that I'm wearing. It's been a battle. Well, first of all, why are you coming to us again with records so soon? Well, I got the hankering today to go all the way out to this antique mall. It's way out, a fur piece out from where, way away, long way away. So there's one dealer in there. There's 2 acres of junk. And this time of year, people get all the Christmas junk out. It's like, oh, I don't really want to look at this. How come you don't have records in place of the blow-up Santa that you've got there? And is that vintage? Probably not. No, I was not taking LSD when I walked through the mall today. But I went to work out. My cold was finally over, so I felt like I had the energy. So I worked out. I had 2 pairs of shorts and 2 shirts and a long sleeve shirt that sometimes if you go jogging on the treadmill, it's cold up there. I don't like my neck to get all achy. So I got a long sleeve shirt. Remembered my hat because don't want the top of my head to get cold and achy. But I forgot underwear. Oh, how could, of all the things, 2 or 3 pairs of socks, shoes, everything. Always remember everything for a whole year. Never forgot anything. So I forgot underwear. Now, you just can't work out in any old underwear. You need underwear that holds stuff in. Because when you work out, things shake around a little bit. Well, I had boxer shorts and didn't have any. So I sucked it up and worked out with the boxer shorts on. I didn't care for it at all. So I'm working out, I'm thinking, I'm looking at all the other people, not very many people were in the room, the workout room, but I'm looking around, I'm like, I wonder what kind of underwear you're wearing. It's all I could do to keep from going up and asking people what kind of underwear they had on. It was just one of those days. So I went to the antique mall and picked up these many records, which is more records than you see me hold up in several months. I suppose that beard will just evaporate. God, that pisses me off. So I'm wearing these clown shoes. They're basketball shoes. Let's tell a story about shoes. This will be really interesting. Shoe story. Okay, so when I was doing track and basketball and stuff like that in high school, now I played basketball at the Y. I worked at the Y. I taught trampoline classes. You probably don't know that. Trampoline classes. And oh, I did. I told the story about Davy, the dwarf. I'm not going to go into that again. Anyway, so the point of the story is, in high school, way back in the early 70s, when you wanted to run cross country, you had the choice of like one pair of shoes, one kind of shoes. Like Tiger sold these white leather shoes, and they had these white soles on them. And when you wore the heel down, which I did in 1 year, like 3 times, you took them to the shoe repair guy who was able to fix running shoes. That's how old I am. Okay, and then I think they're like Nike came out. Maybe I had a pair of Nike, and then you just wore the track shoes with the spikes, not like just for cross country, but for track. And you ran and outdoors, you know, crossed creeks and. So I haven't had a pair of basketball shoes since there weren't basketball shoes. They were just Converse. They were high tops, Converse high tops and Keds. And the kids in the neighborhood that had Keds, they were all looked down upon. Says everybody had to have a Converse. You know, all the cool kids had Converse. So, but then right when I got into college, it's like I should have known. Like, oh, buy stock in Nike, and you know. Because like the whole shoe thing just exploded. Now there's a million shoes, as you all well know. And finally, when I'm 60 years old, I finally got a pair of basketball shoes. I bought these Under Armour shoes. And it turns out they're pretty comfortable. But to extend the shoe story, because I know you're all just sitting there like, oh my God, he's talking about shoes, this is great. To extend it, I would always buy like 10.5s, 10s, and I would try to get the wide version of that shoe, so it would hold my ankles in, but my toes would have room. And just been hell on earth trying to buy shoes. I went to the shoe store years ago, I can remember, with my mom, and to buy the running shoes, and the guy trying to size my feet with the extendable thing. He's like, what the wrong? Why can't I get shoes to fit? And then everybody all at once realized when they looked down at my feet, like, your big toes are 2 different sizes. You'll never be comfortable in shoes ever in your entire life. They didn't say that, but they should have. And then I wouldn't have had such a struggle. So anyway, try to get the wide toes with a lot of room in the toe box. But since then, I started to buy shoes that were like not 10.5, 10 or 11s, or 11.5, but 12s. These are 12s, okay? So there's plenty of room for my toes, and I'm not playing basketball in them, so if I was, they would kind of slip around a little bit. Under Armour makes the best shoes, and I think they're sized a little bit smaller than other. At least that's what I've read in the comments. Anyway, they're great. I like them. My wife says, oh, they're too shiny, they're too splashy. You shouldn't wear shiny, splashy, sparkly things at your age. They're not that splashy. They got a little bit of high-vis trim on them. And that's it for the Flash. I showed her some orange ones, bright orange ones. How about these? And she's like, no. Yeah, I know. Orange, bright orange would probably be too much for me in that part. All right. So, going to the antique mall store place today. Go in there and walk around. There's not very many people there because it's a Monday, which is great. Okay, so I took my time. I drew in a deep breath. I'm like, oh, is that bug spray? I said, I wonder how they control bed bugs in this place. But then I thought later on, well, that probably was a bug spray, and I probably shouldn't fret too much about bed bugs. Although they say that everybody in the whole planet is going to have them, you know, within a year. I think it was cedar. I think I was smelling cedar and not bug spray. Okay. So hold up the records. Let me take a drink. Anyway, the whole shoe story. God dang it. Anyway, the whole shoe story is because I'm not used to wearing size 12s, which are longer. I'm kicking stuff all the time, including the beer, because 50 years of figuring out where the end of my foot was inside a shoe is out the window now that I'm wearing bigger shoes. That was the point of the whole story. Oh boy. Go right to the records. So I go to my favorite guy's record joint, and I find this Patterns by Frank Comstock. Okay, Frank recorded one of the best exotic albums, White Goddess. Hard to find copy. I found a copy, and pretty reasonable too. But generally speaking, you're gonna have to pay some money for that record. So anyway, you think, oh, Frank Comstock, I'll buy all his records. Oh, I'm wrong about that. Oh, I went into that whole thing, I'm wrong. Comstock is the guy that made the album with the flying saucer spaceship on it. Who am I thinking of, White Goddess? Oh, man. Oh. Maybe it's him. I don't know. Anyway, this makes it even a more interesting, confusing story that won't be true. Well, it's the internet. Everything's fake, right? I can say what I want, it doesn't matter. Comstock with the flying saucer. I got that album too. That's another one that you have to pay some money for. And I've got a good deal on that. So he makes some good stuff is what I'm saying. Anyway, so I'm going through this whole giant 2-acre store, and I come up to another dealer who has it for $1.25 cheaper. And I'm like, oh no, I'm going to have to go all the way back and put this back in the bin. And then I thought, what's the difference between this one and this one? Visually, something struck me as being different. Well, one's mono and one's stereo. So how about both of them? That's right. Patterns. I hope it's pretty good. Anyway, I hope it's good. Who am I thinking of? My goddess. My memory's so horrible. I picked this up. The record looks like it's a little bit rough. I don't know. Might have some noise on it. But it's a terrific cover. Smart. Dick Smart. With orchestra conducted by Nick Piriotio. going to be some kind of Italian singing guy, I think. Okay, but it's the three. What do they call those cars? I can almost read the 300 Fiesta. Does it say Fiesta 300? It probably says it somewhere on the back. Does it? 1959. Anyway, it's a 1959 album from 1959. Looks like it could be good. I hate it when they put this sticker. This dealer bought this record from another dealer because I recognized the tear from the sticker that dealer put on it. So he bought it and took it over to his place and sold it for a couple dollars more. But it was still reasonable. Latin favorite percussions, Amadeus, Admus, and his percussionist. I don't have this one. Acorn, cheap, budget label. But it's a fun cover. It looks like it should be good. I got 2 or 3 copies of this, but I don't know in what condition they are. I don't know if I have the stereo copy. This one's got a nasty scratch on it. But you never can tell. It may play through. And too bad it's not colored vinyl. But nonetheless, the jacket's in pretty good shape, and it's a fun record. It's budget, exotica, drumming, and I think, I don't know, I didn't want to go into that story either because I don't remember anything. Alright, so I picked up this. This looks pretty rough, okay. It's from Nashville, Tennessee. It's a gospel album. It might not be any good, but it's a husband and wife team.
I was talking to a lady a few days ago, and these are the words she said. If you see my child somewhere as you journey here and there, I'm waiting for my child to come home. I am waiting and waiting for my child to come. I'm waiting and waiting for my child to come. If you can't come home, will you please send me a letter? A letter will mean so much to me. Yes, it will. Lord, my child may be somewhere on his sick bed, Lord, with no one there to rub his aching head. Oh, yes, Jesus. Lord, my child may be somewhere in some lonely jail, Lord, with no one there to go his bail. Oh, Lord, listen, if I only knew what town my child was in, I'll be there on that early morning train. And no matter what's the crime, Lord, you know this child is mine. And I'm waiting for my child to come home.
Cal Jader. Oh, I watched that movie of the woman that did all those paintings with of the kids with big eyes. What the hell was her name? And I could remember those cats and dogs and stuff. Maybe the kids being in Kroger's. It was a very interesting story. It's on Netflix. Anyway, her first paintings were sold in a club that featured, in San Francisco, that featured this guy. Anyway, Creed Taylor and Verb, that should be good. Budget gramophone. I've never seen this budget label, although it's in a jacket like, oh God, now I can't remember. I can't remember. Anyway, Real Cuban Rhythms, nice cover, and South American Tempos. It's probably going to be horrible. I wish I could remember the other line. Damn it, anyway. I don't have this Zy Zentner, the Swing and I record. That's a pretty awesome cover, isn't it? Yes, I think it is. It's on Liberty. The Swing and I. Mostly did big band stuff. I don't know if it'll be any good. This was also just an interesting cover. Jackie and Roy, Bill Holman's orchestra. Not exactly sure if they're singers or what the hell they are. Jackie and Roy with, they must be singers. There's a bunch of photographs of them on the back. Ooh, Shelly Mann is the drummer. Can't be all that bad. Dave Pell's in the band. Not bad. Herbie Mann. That could be good. Hope I don't have this one. David Rose. Oh, I bought it for the cover. It's kind of an interesting cover. Reflections in the Water. It's probably going to be really lush strings, very easy mood, sort of. Little Pine Log Cabin. It's the Green River Boys. All right, I bought this because their record company is out of Campbellsville, Kentucky, and the Green River Boys are out of Knifely, Kentucky. All right, probably going to be bluegrass, but it's a great photograph of all the Green River Boys wearing red shirts. Why? Why did they not think to buy green shirts and not red shirts? Why didn't they call themselves the Red River Boys? Well, that don't make no sense, because I don't live next to no Red River. I live next to the Green River. This is another great cover. Mardi Gras on King budget. It's just a compilation. Probably has nothing to do with the movie Mardi Gras starring Pat Boone, Tommy Sands, and Gary Crosby. I don't think. I don't know. I have no idea. Really budget. But it's a great cover. See the devil and the witch. Is she a witch? Or just a showgirl? I don't know. But it's the devil and a showgirl, I guess. Hawaiian album. I haven't found a Hawaiian album before. Simply Ages. Oh my God. Harry Richards and the Islanders on budget. Golden tone. Nice cover. Clean jacket. Pretty photograph. And last but not least, simply because it was on the bottom of the pile, it's the Polynesian Panorama. I love the typeface. Polynesian Panorama. 20 authentic songs and chants of the southern Polynesian islands performed by native islanders representing the Polynesian Institute at on Hawaii. That's right, somewhere on Hawaii. Oh my God, probably won't be any good. Oh, it's also got a great label. I almost forgot. A great looking label on it. Polynesian. Sweet, huh? Sweet looking label. I think I'll like it. I don't have it. I would remember this one if I had it. Oh my gosh, I don't know what I'm going to pick as a sample. Oh, I was going to talk about smartphone. That's right, I finally got a smartphone thanks to my wife's sister Pam, who she's calling people all the time on the phone, and she needs a phone for work, and this is an iPhone 4, and she said, oh my God, I can't get the app on it I want because the phone's so old. And she tried to give them to my wife, and my wife's like, what? I don't even know how to get my messages off the flip phone. And I'm like, I'll take it if you don't want it. And so she gave it to me. Like, oh no, I don't want to bump myself up and do all that. And anyway, nonetheless, she even gave me the case with it. It's so sweet of her. I like it. I like it a lot. And of course, the first thing I tried to do was put an app on it that wouldn't, that the system wouldn't support because it's an iPhone 4. Why couldn't you have given me an iPhone 6? I'm just kidding. Just kidding, Pam. This is great. I really enjoy it. And it's not, I mean, I bumped up my plan a couple of dollars a month, and I shouldn't get, because I don't use it. I'm still not going to use it. But when I want to look at the weather, you know, or somebody sends me a text, I sent my first text ever a couple of weeks ago. All right. And I'll have to tell a funny story. So, okay, I'm going to tell it. It's not probably that funny. Not funny at all, but I'm going to tell it anyway. Okay. So, what was I doing? Oh, I turn on the phone and I get a text. I'm like, oh, it's a text, and I'm trying to like close the message. I read it, try to close the message thing out, and I pressed the call button instead. I'm like, oh no, I'm calling. It's from my boss, and I'm not working that day. And it's calling him like at 8 in the morning. I'm like, oh no, and I can't figure out how not to call my boss. I know I just got to let it ring and hope go to the message system so I don't have to bother him. But he answers the phone. I'm like, hey, how you doing? What? I called you by mistake. You did? Yeah, well, I had a new phone, and I read your message, and I clicked the call thing or something. It was so embarrassing. So anyway, I'm still figuring out how to use it, and to take, and it's got a better, much better camera than the, in fact, let's turn it on and take a picture of myself right now. Just one picture of myself, and I'll post it right here. Okay, camera, and not the video. That was the other thing. I was taking all these pictures, and I came back like, what the hell? These pictures are moving. I had it set on video instead. That was stupid. Okay, so I got to take a picture of myself, and of course you can't see yourself, right? I kind of see myself because I'm trying to see myself. Anyway. Just one picture. I don't know. I can go look at it now, can't I? Oh, it allows me just to tap on it, coming right up. All right. Anyway, stop playing with. Now look, I'm just like all the people. I'm like, what are you doing? I'm eating lunch with you, and you're damn on the damn phone. Damn it! Pay attention to me and not all the other people that you hope you'll have some communication with later on today. Live in the moment. Oh boy. So Big Lou, I said hello to Big Lou at the gym today. He's coming up the steps. I move aside. Why? Because he's Big Lou. I'm going to give him a lot of room. I said, hey Lou, how you doing? He said, hey. I knew he couldn't remember me because he said he wouldn't remember my name. And I said, I'm the same way except for you. I'll remember you because everybody calls you Big Lou. How you doing? Fine. I said, how you doing? He says, well, I'm here late. I finally got here. I'm like, oh, well, it's a good thing you got here. And he goes, well, I'll try to get. I said, I know. I got up at 4:30. And I felt pretty good because I didn't have the cold anymore. So like, oh, I'm going to go to the gym at 8. I have never been there that early. And then I go in, I take one shoe off, okay, to sit down, to get changed into the things I'm going to wear to the gym. And like, oh, I'm sitting on the bed taking the shoe off. The shoe comes off. I throw the pug up on the bed. I'm like, oh, no, don't lay down. Oh, just pet the pug a little bit. I'll lay down to pet the pug. Oh, don't put the blanket over you. That's not a good sign. An hour and a half later, I wake up. I'm laying there under the blanket with the pug with one shoe on, one shoe off. Like, oh no, I'm going to be late. And I should have just gone when I wanted to go, because on the way back from the antique store, I had to fight rush hour traffic all the way home. You see, you should always do with that little person in your head that tells you to do stuff. You should just always just immediately do it, regardless of what the other little voice in your head is telling you to do, which is what you're really going to end up doing, which is what you want to do, which is like go to bed with one shoe on and take a nap.
La mer qu'on voit danser le long
golfe clairs, à des reflets d'argent, la mer, des reflets changeants sous la pluie. La mer, au ciel d'été, confond les blancs moutons avec les anges si purs. La mer, bergère d'azur infinie. Voyez, près des étangs, ces grands roseaux mouillés. Voyez ces oiseaux blancs et ces maisons rouillées. La mer les a bercés le long des golfes clairs, et d'une chanson d'amour la mer a bercé mon cœur pour la vie. La mer les a bercés le long des golfes clairs, et d'une chanson d'amour la mer